kitty. Oh, you're a little nervous. You're okay. You're a little nervous. Yeah. Tate wants his food. Hey, Patty. Hi, Melanie. We got a little kitten butt. Hey, Pink Pink. Hey, Herbs. Hey, Robin. Hey, GBP. Hi, Birdie. Hi, Loomis. Hey, Edrup. Hi, Grievous. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Catnip. Yeah, we got a new little baby. He's a little nervous. It's a little boy. Little Tuxie. So, yesterday was a mod holiday, which means there was no chat for 24 hours while we give our mods a break and let them relax. And inevitably, whenever there's a mod holiday, I go kitten shopping. It happens every time. Right, not every time, but often enough that it's a thing. I did not actively look for him, but I was contacted yesterday about him. He does have a special need, and I just couldn't say no. Right, Tate? We got Tate. Kenna's right behind her. They are very curious about this kitten who has kitten food in their living room. There he came out. There he came out. He is about 5 weeks old. And he just got here about 5 minutes ago. So I'm gonna start taking some guesses. His special need is something that we've never had at KKP before. So let me see if anyone can guess what it is. Something we've never had here at KKP. He's not blind. He does not have a cleft palate. He does not have pectus excavatum, but Jill, you're very close. Something that gets confused with pectus excavatum very often. Nope, not a hernia. He can talk. I definitely heard him meowing. Not CH, no. Nope, not a large heart. Nothing to do with his brain. Not diabetes, no. All right, we might need to cover this. All right, so, whoop, you're okay. It's all right, he's a little nervous. All right, so let me hold him up here. Let me see. It's a little dark in here, a little hard to see. So if you can see, his chest goes in. And this is called flat-chested syndrome. Now, people often confuse or conflate flat-chested syndrome with pectus excavatum, and they're actually not the same thing. I thought they were the same thing up until about a year ago. I only recently learned that they're not the same thing. So I know that it gets confused quite often. The difference is flat-chested syndrome, his rib cage and chest wall is flat, and so a kitten or a cat, both cats, their chest should be concave. It should balloon out a little bit. So if you've ever seen a human skeleton, you know that our ribs, let me turn this around, our ribs go out, right? They're rounded a bit, right? And cat ribs are the same way, and that allows for space for their heart and their lungs and all of that. With flat chest, they don't have that curvature, and so what can happen is, especially as they grow and their organs get bigger, there's not enough space behind that rib cage to comfortably grow, and so the lungs and the heart start getting squeezed in there, and it causes breathing problems. It can cause heart problems, and so sometimes they need to be on oxygen and that sort of thing. So the difference is pectus excavatum is actually their sternum. So the bone right up here. I don't know much about pectus excavatum. I'm not sure what's wrong. I don't know what happens with the sternum, but I just know it has to do with the sternum and not their rib cage. So you can have a cat that has both flat-chested syndrome and pectus excavatum. You can have a cat who has one or the other. And I'll say, he hasn't had imaging yet, so it is possible he could have something wrong with his sternum, but we don't know yet until he has some x-rays. So all we know now, just by feeling his chest, I can feel, that his chest is almost convex. So it curves in instead of curving out. Now, he only just got here, so I haven't been able to watch him too much, but he has not had any problems breathing while he's been here, and he hasn't had any problems moving around. I've heard him Meow. He's looking to scratch a little bit right there. This is actually Wyatt's little scratcher from when he was here. Going to town. Yeah, I do have an oxygen tent if he is going to need it in the future. We do have the ability to give him oxygen therapy if needed. So sometimes as kittens grow, they can actually outgrow this condition. Their rib cage actually develops normally, and no intervention is needed. Sometimes, if it doesn't resolve on its own, they need a chest plate surgically placed, and it's a solid chest plate that gets stitched onto their chest and essentially almost like braces. It holds the it forces the rib cage to start curving correctly. And you might have, that's probably what you've seen a lot if you've ever seen kittens with flat chest syndrome or pectus excavatum, and they have those chest plates, and they typically wear little t-shirts to protect that chest plate. I'm sure a lot of you have seen those on social media and with other rescues. So I don't know if he's going to need surgery or not. The first step is to get him to the vet and have them do a physical exam and likely some x-rays to determine, first to diagnose him officially, and to determine, what our next steps are. So, I don't plan on taking him until probably Monday. And so, the next 2 days or so, I'm just going to be observing him and seeing how he does. So I'm grateful to see that he doesn't seem to be struggling to breathe. I was told he's about 5 weeks old. I'd say he's, looking at him in person, I would say 5 to 6 weeks. So he should be eating on his own. I was not told that he was bottle fed, and I'm sure they would. I think that this rescue or this shelter would have told me if he was being bottle fed. So, but since he got here, he hasn't eaten yet. So that's something I'll be watching to make sure he eats. So Robin asked about interacting with other kittens. That's a really good question. And so he actually came in when he got here. I was only told about this one kitten, and when he got here, I asked some questions to the shelter, and apparently he came in with a very spicy sister. They said that she's mean. And so she went to foster care to work on her manners. And then they put him with another kitten who is severely anemic and, was just covered in fleas, was severely anemic, and is struggling a bit. And I asked about her and asked if we could take her, but she's actually going to one of their vet techs for some more critical hands-on care. So I asked if we could take his spicy sister, And they're checking with the foster coordinator to see if that would be okay. So we don't want them to be alone, but I also don't want to put them, just put him with somebody who hasn't been through quarantine. His sister would be perfect because, obviously they have been together already all their lives. So that would be perfect, and we can work with Spicy. A 5-week-old Spicy kitten is, easy to socialize. But I don't know when that'll happen. So he's on his own for right now, and I don't think that at his age, being with another kitten would be harmful. They don't really, roughhouse at this age yet. So I think it would be okay. I've seen other kittens who had this condition, and they've always had other kittens around. So I don't expect there to be a problem with him having a friend. No, he's a short hair, but he's really nervous, so it's kind of sticking up all over. He's kind of puffed up, I think, from being nervous. They were found as strays, so they were found outside by themselves, and he does look like Skunk. I thought that when I first saw his face. So he'll be here by himself for a little bit. He doesn't seem to like to be by himself. I left him alone in here for like 5 minutes as I was getting his food, and he was already crying. So I don't think he wants to be by himself. Yeah, he fell asleep there. So we got, a decent sized little playpen for him here. He's got a bed under here. This is also Wyatt's bed. And a little scratcher ramp and his food. I don't know if Kenna even realized he was in here. Oh yeah, he'll get a stuffy in here. Oh, buddy. Oh, bud. Oh, he's purring. Ooh, you're gonna fall off. Oh no, you're falling off. Yeah, Dove's babies. We thought both of them had Pectus excavatum. That's originally why we rescued them, because we were told that they had flat chests, and they didn't. And then Harmony ended up having all kinds of other stuff. Yeah, so he has flat-chested syndrome. If you joined us late, his chest cavity is concave. Convex. Now I got them mixed up. He's purring. Yeah, he's really sweet. I've heard his sister is not so sweet. Oh no, he fell down the ramp. Oh no, Bang. Good job. There you go. There you go. He's really cute. What you doing? So we're gonna be hanging out together down here. I do need a name for him, but also consider that we'll probably be getting him a friend. If not his sister, then we'll be looking for another kitten friend for him. Although, now that I think about it, you're 5 weeks old. Same age as Lay's kittens. Yeah, I needed a boy to name him Shoots. Shoots is a word that Hawaiians use. Like, they go, "Oh shoots," like, "Oh darn." Look at that little face. No, he's not going to join the teas because Jima has the teas and I need him here at my house. So if he's going to join a family, it's going to be the Hawaiians. Oh, except that the teas will be here by the time he's done quarantine. The T's actually will be here. Interesting. A lot of thinking out loud. Yes, little G, that's exactly it. Well, we'll see what happens in the future, but it is nice to know that he has 2 different families he could join in the future after he's done quarantine. So quarantine is at least 2 weeks, and well, during that 2 weeks he'll be down here with me. He's so sleepy. Quarantinis. That's so cute, little G. Yeah, so Tate's over there sleeping too on the couch. Kenna usually sleeps on the floor right here. I don't know why she doesn't sleep in a bed, but that's where she sleeps. Yes, GBP. I am sure that his sister is scared, but it makes me laugh to be told that she's mean. A 5-week-old. We know a 5-week-old is just scared. We know. Yeah. All right, guys. Oh, there's his little face again. Looking up. I'm sitting on his bed, so I'm going to get going. Whoop, there he goes again. You got to get in your bed, bud. This isn't a good spot to sleep. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for welcoming this little boy. Because we've never had this condition before, I'll be learning things as we go along as well. So I'm interested in researching and learning from his vet care team and getting answers for him. Oh, Robin, that's a really sweet thought. All right, guys. Nutty, thanks for the CC. Bye for now, little buddy. See you guys later.